Real Talk.
Hello everyone! Welcome to the latest episode of Real Talk. Saan yung fire natin? Yan. Fuego! Para medyo pressure yung mga guests natin not to expect, you know. Hindi naman bardagulan, but today we're trying something different. Ang gusto namin mangyari dito is medyo parang, hindi naman tambayan style, pero parang gano'n na rin. Yeah, very relaxed, very chill. Pero of course, medyo seryoso ang pag-usapan natin. Later, today we have very special guests at itong mga tao na to. Of course, naging colleagues ko in different universities. On one hand, we have Professor Arjan Aguirre, our good friend from Ateneo de Manila University. Thank you very much, Arjan, for joining us. And then, of course, Gian. You wanna introduce yourself? Because si Gian, medyo maraming affiliation yan. But I had the pleasure of working with him in San Beda University. Of course, he was the founding, the founding faculty, right, of the political science program in San Beda University, right? Founding chair. Yan. So, sorry, I'm not really an admin type of guy, right? So we have friends from different universities, but these are primarily two of the rising stars as far as political analysis in the country is concerned. Wag na muna yan. Mamaya natin disclaimer yan, right? Okay. Yes. So, just to be clear, mga tubig lang nandito, alright? Don't expect much. Let's start with something very, very serious. Eat Bulaga. Okay. Alright, since medyo naka-BTS color kami. Ano yung latest, Marites?
Ayun, so ang latest is nag-media press ko na. July 1, start na yung bagong Eat Bulaga sa TV5. 12 noon, tatapatan yung luma nilang show. Wala pang, as of this recording, wala pang pangalan. Susurpresahin na lang daw tayo sa July 1. Pero they are still hoping to get the old name back. So, in response doon, earlier in the morning, yung ABS-CBN naglabas, yung It's Showtime, they are pulling out of TV5 and they are moving to GTV, which is the sister channel ng GMA7. So, tatlo na yung maglalaban na noontime shows sabay-sabay starting July 1 sa iba't ibang channel. So, yun yung mainit na...
But of course, in Itbulaga, we also have, reformatting. Yorme, of course, is now part of the new cast, the new rebooted version dyan sa, let's just call it New School Itbulaga. Kasi the OG one is dun sa kabila, sa TV5, of course, yeah. Now, anong kasi medyo magka-batch naman tayo kahit pa paano, especially kayong tatlo, di ba? Anong ambag ng Itbulaga sa inyong buhay? Ikaw, Gian, first. Ano maalala nyo? Ano mga first times? Pinapanood mo bang Itbulaga back in the day?
Oo, mga 90s nanonood na ako.
90s lang, tapos wala na. Nag-internet ka na lang.
Si Arj.
Ako 80s, 90s. Mula nang bata ako. I mean, every lunchtime, yan yung pinapanood namin. Tapos halos lahat ng mga segments yata nila nasa baybayan ko eh. Little Miss Philippines, tapos Mr. Reina, yung mga ganun. So, nakakatawa kasi, kumbaga, yung mga jokes nila, yung mga banat nila, nakaka-relate talaga yung ordinaryong tao. So, hindi ako magtataka na tumagal sila na ilang dekada.
Yeah.
So,
But, yung sa Rappler, sinusulat nila ngayon, medyo negative sila about doon sa jokes ng TVG. Ano ba tingin nyo doon? Na parang masyado daw...
toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity, mga ganon. Kayo, anong tingin nyo doon sa
ang tingin ko kasi dyan, yung mga jokes nila, nakaka-relate yung ordinaryong masang, sabihin natin, tagapanood. So, yung mga komentong yun, marahil nanggagaling ito sa, sabihin natin, ibang disposition sa
chattering classes.
So ako, natatawa ako, nakaka-relate. Pero hindi na ako lugar na nag-agree. So magkaiba yun. So ang point naman ng mga noontime shows ay mag-entertain So yun yung siguro pinangugutan ng mga TVG jokes.
Ikaw,
actually, yung mga jokes naman nila, natataba ko sa mga jokes nila. So para sa akin, entertainment lang talaga yun. So, wala naman, para sa akin lang, wala naman akong na-encounter sa panonood ko doon na naging offensive.
I think doon sa dynamic nila lately, si Maine yung parang mas modern na look eh.
Right.
Kasi si Joey De Leon would sometimes give jokes na medyo acceptable back in the day, pero ngayon hindi na. So, iko-correct siya ni Maine. So, ganun yung...
may ganun? May ganun dynamic. So Maine is kind of like the balancer.
Yes,
I guess.
And dahil it comes from Maine, parang nare-respeto nila yung... For one example is yung like sa mental health. Parang before they don't believe na nung panahon namin wala naman yung mental health na yan ganun. So inexplain ni Maine. So at least may ganun naman on their part.
Na hindi ito kaartehan lang. So essentially Maine gives a kind of a woke PC kind
more
of angle.
modern view doon sa what's more acceptable
which is a good kind of so, kasi siya, oy, tito, alam ko naman saan ka galing, pero medyo ganito na ngayon, tito, parang ganon yung dating gentle, like transition.
Ganon.
That's good. So, I think we have that balance. There's gender balance, there's intergenerational balance, etc. What do you think naman about the reboot happening on the other side?
Syempre, bias ako kay Yorwix ko. Yung portion niya na G sa Gedli, really good Parang lalabas sila, namimigay sila ng pera sa mga tao. So, okay din naman. Talagang, ang criticism lang is yung sa pangalan na Itbulaga. Kasi who owns yung pangalan. Yun naman yung main argument doon. Pinag-aawayan talaga.
At, like some probably would be worried na Isko could get embroiled in the whole drama of Itbulaga.
Ako lalo nung magsisimula yan. Kulang na lang na pero so far
so good.
So good naman. Merong mga diehards iba na syempre ibabash pero ang importante mas maraming options yung mga viewers kung saan nila gustong manood.
At it looks like Isko will be kind of the pivot, no? Siya yung magiging parang senior dun sa new rebooted version, diba? Kasi
who knows ba, baka actually nung unang episode niya, tinext ko siya, hindi ka nagsasalita, pala, you're a good noontime host pala, pwede ka pala. Pwede ka pa tagapagmana ni Kuya Germs. Diba?
Veterano siya.
Nakita mo ba yan, yung kinuha nila si Liorme, yung reboot? Or nakita mo yung first day na reboot version?
Napanood ko na yung mga yung mga subsequent na
episodes.
So, nakita ko yung effort na parang sundan yung parang tema rin ng OG version ng
Right, OG.
Pero napansin ko nga na may bago na silang parang timpla. Mas makamasa Mas malapit sila ngayon. Talagang makikita mo yung effort din na makarelate to sa mga ordinaryong tao. So yun yung parang gusto ko i-highlight na siguro yung bagong Itbulaga, meron din pagbabago na introduce pero yun nga effective siguro sila dun sa pag-relate sa
portion
mga tao.
Yung sa studio parang medyo nangangapa pa sila
siguro, no?
Parang they're still finding their groove. Pero
yun nga syempre it's a big transition, no? I mean ilang dekada na, 4 na dekada na yung OG version, no? So it will take some time pero mukhang andun yung momentum, andun yung talent, andun yung
bashing bumababa na din.
Yes, understandable yun, siguro yung unang reaction lang, diba? But over time, I think tama yung siguro.
Lalo kay Paolo Contis.
Well, I mean, hindi naman kulang sa controversy din yung may mga tao dyan, diba?
He was controversial to begin with.
Well, you asked for it. Ikaw, Gian, did you see the, yung rebooted version?
Hindi pa.
Or ano mga narinig mo about the rebooted version sa Itbulaga?
Actually, wala pa. Hindi ko siya nasusubaybayan yung sa rebooted version. Pero pag uwi ko mamaya, check ko.
Now, of course, hindi lang Itbulagang pinag-usapan ngayon. Showtime rin, di ba? How can you talk about Itbulaga without talking about Showtime? So, recently, as of this taping, may mga realignments din nangyari dyan.
Masama ang loob nila.
Okay. Paki-explain.
Lalo si Mama Vice. Masama ang loob nila dahil feeling nila na kasi sa ratings, finally, natatalo na nila
medyo
yung nalagpasan nila yung Itbulaga kasi wala na si Tito Vic and Joey doon mas kaya na nilang Tapos, kung kailan lumalamang na sila, patapos yung kontrata nila, doon papasok yung yung TVJ.
Right.
Mababump off sila. TV5 wanted to give them the 4:30 p.m. slot.
Hindi na sila prime.
Who will watch?
Tulog na yung mga tao.
Tulog na yung mga tao. Nagsisiesta na yung mga...
Hindi naman sana.
Nagsisiesta.
Hindi, yung mga taga-gobyerno, uwi na sila by 4:30. Perfect sa kanila. Ay, tapos na yung trabaho namin. Uwi na kami.
Yun. So, the whole month of June, marinig mo si Vice Ganda, nagpaparinig ng konti. Nagpaparinig ng So...
nagpaparinig in what sense na baka naman, I mean like in
parang gusto niya maging kapuso.
That's it. Real talk.
Kamusta kaya sa GMA? Pag ako, inaasar niyo ako, sige, lilipat ako sa kapuso. Gumagano na siya.
Tito
Nagpaparinig na.
Tito Boy, nandyan na sa kabila
Ako, I made this point sa vlog ko na ito personal na tingin ko lang na GMA hindi masyadong nag-effort to retain Tito Vic and Joey. tingin ko calculated nila na makukuha nila dito
Si
yung
Vice
It's
Ganda.
Showtime and si Vice Ganda. Kasi yun yung main price dyan eh.
Right.
Kasi dalawa naman yung main na jewels ng ABS-CBN, Vice Ganda and Coco Martin. And of course, GMA is salivating na makuha si Vice Ganda.
Kaya may network to, hindi
Yeah.
deputy speaker. Mamaya, pag-usapan natin si Tita Arroyo.
Kaya natulala ako, parang Gio.
Kaya saan pumasok yung deputy speaker?
Hindi, so yun. So, sa ngayon, you're going to see Vice Ganda na sa kapuso na network. Although GTV, pero
Right.
isa lang naman ang may-ari nun.
Correct.
Eh, ikaw, your thoughts about dun sa...
Ano mo, next time, ang daming realignments na nangyari.
Well, mukhang susundan ko yung nabanggit mong point na, siya network wars. So,
Yeah,
meron talagang
exactly.
involved dyan na effort na makuha nga yung mga tinatawag natin na sellable na mga
Yeah.
talent. So, sobrang malakas talaga na talent si Vice Ganda. So, hi, Ma'am Vice Ganda. So, mukhang jackpot sila doon na nakuha nila. At mukhang tatapatan talaga ng GMA pa rin yung TVJ. So tama ka doon na mukhang di talaga sila nag-effort eh. So mukhang ina-expect nga nila na meron tapatan na mangyayari in the future. So mukhang ina nga.
Tsaka magsisilipara. Ikaw, anong take mo dyan sa network wars?
Sa tingin ko, normal siya and yung mga nakikita natin na lipatan, invite ng mga stars from other networks, parang hindi siya ganun ka-surprising na mga developments.
I was telling nga kahapon, matalino yung GMA. Kasi before, isa lang yung umuupa dun sa nung time slot nila. Ngayon, dalawa na. Yung nagbablock time. So, umuupa, di ba? Yung tape umuupa, yung showtime umuupa. Kahit malugi yan, kikita pa rin yung GMA. Kasi,
win-win situation sa kanila.
Win-win for them. Kaya,
win-win. Very...
Tapos tatapatan nila, meron din silang contract signing,
Correct.
media press con,
Right.
si Gozon, Vice Ganda, pipirmahan sila doon, na GTV na yung ang issue dito, ang pinaka-concern din, is kasi yung sa tape, patapos na yung block time nila by end of 2024. So, ang issue, either magre-renew yung GMA sa kanila, or baka maraming may gusto nung pwesto nila. Baka Showtime, baka si Willie, or baka gustong kunin na ng GMA, tayo na mag-produce para tayo yung kumikita. So yun ang challenges na
baka all-in na sila, go for gold.
oo,
Wala
kasi
talagang forever, no?
Well, 40 years is quite a forever.
44.
Pero ako para sa akin, I think after the whole ABS-CBN franchise drama, and this is where siguro I kind of slightly differ with Gian, para lang may konting away. This is where I completely disagree with normal na may rivalry, pero sobrang nag-accelerate, nag-next level, di ba? Parang nag-Super Saiyan 3 bigla after the ABS-CBN franchise issue. And then after nag-flop yung isang
on TV, sabihin natin, nagbalik yung on TV.
Sana all. Sana all na walang nangyari, di ba? Parang feeling ko after that, biglang, wait, anything can happen now, di ba? I mean, so I think that accelerated yung pre-existing trend line.
Sana all. I mean,
Ikaw may...
Isa,
Ano nangyari? Wala.
All TV?
Zombie na. Ano nangyari?
Kumukuha yata sila ng shows from China ba? Ewan ko. from
Parang
abroad.
TTV na sila, gano'n?
kasi yun yung
yun nga eh.
expect nila na mangyayari. So, meron ka ng All TV, na sana all, saka GMA, TV5, parang sila na yung...
Tatlong big
Pero
ones.
hindi, mukhang napag-iiwanan pa rin yung All TV.
Yeah.
Eh, wala, parang sumuko na nga. Parang, ang bilis nga eh. Iba ilang months pa lang, ilang ano pa lang, sumuko na kaagad. Itong si MVP, he has been losing money dito sa TV5 for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, di ba? Pero ito, naka-jackpot siya with Tito Vic and Joey.
Just to explain, so actually may tawag dyan na strategy na ubiquity strategy. So for instance, Amazon, Tesla, itong mga big companies, hindi sila kumita for a very long time. The idea is, you invest in them 10 years, but after 10 years, sila na yung sana all talaga, literally. So, meron na silang, so essentially, ang away dyan is market share. So, even if hindi ka nagpa-profit in the first 5 to 10 years, nagbe-bleed ka. Once naka-establish ka ng market share, may domination ka na, and then you juice it out, no? So, yung idea na running profit right away, it doesn't make sense with
and
stuff
it complements yung main business din ni Boss MVP.
Yeah,
diba?
exactly.
Which is smart, which is online. Na, content din yung labanan eh.
Right.
Diba? So
it's an integrated approach. Pero siguro kay Villar, the other Manny, is ideas like, I'm not sure I want to bleed for 5 to 10 years to see kung may chance ito. Because there's a reason why the Henry C's and Ayalas and all are not getting to the media industry, right? Because it's very difficult. That's why the Lopez's for a very long time were the big players, no? And then of course, at the same time, and here, nagta-transition na tayo sa politics, meron tayong aspect ng Martin Romualdez.
Yun.
Telecom group, the
DZMM.
media group working with the ABS-CBN, and then let's see what will happen with the franchise that Villar's got. Are they trying to let it slide and then someone else will pick it up? So that's why hindi mo ma-separate yung politika sa Kongreso dun sa potential. So para may double realignment of network wars and political wars, and pwede sila mag-intersect, no? So for me, this is I'm saying this kasi nagtrabaho ako sa lahat ng mga networks, no? I mean, and all.
Sana all, no?
Sana all din talaga. So, wag lang sana all instead. Pero, nag-work na ako sa lahat. So, that's 6-7 years of working. I was in ABS, I was in GMA, of course, now I'm with folks in the TV5, etc. So, doon ko na-realize, sobrang nag-accelerate itong mga underlying trend lines. So, kaya ngayon, ang hirap mag-predict where things are going eh. But siguro the dust will settle in a few years from now. Doon natin malalaman talaga anong labanan. Yeah.
Pero tanong ko lang, anong reaction nyo doon sa July 1 din actually. Lahat July 1 is yung DZMM.
Wala na rin, di ba?
Yung teleradyo yung nawala. Pero DZMM is coming back. 51% owned by Martin Romualdez, yung company ni Martin Romualdez. So, your thoughts, will this affect, na, who would imagine, di ba, ABS-CBN, ito, pamilya Romualdez, Martin is now one of the biggest radio owners sa bansa, di ba, yung media, niya, yung reach niya is napakalaki na with these radio stations.
You think that's something that could last, or something considering, pagdating sa Speaker of the House position, is one of the most unstable, difficult positions to hold on to, no?
Well, I'm expecting kasi that the Romualdez family would aspire for, sabihin natin, a bigger or more important post someday. Post in the sense na national. Kasi ngayon, House Speaker. Tapos yung asawa niya na si Congresswoman Yeda, nasa party list naman. So pag sinabing national, kasi kailangan meron kang reach talaga na national in scope. And I hope yung kanilang presence sa media, matagal na rin sila nasa media, no? Kumbaga makakatulong siguro sa pagko-cover ng mga issues of the day, pagko-cover ng mga efforts nila sa Congress. Nakaupo ngayon pinsan niya, tapos House Speaker pa siya. So alam mo yan, na-expect natin na someday makakatulong yun.
Do you think there's good chances of that? Do you think solid yung position ni Martin Romualdez as things stand? Considering yung lifespan ng mga speakers na hindi ganun kahaba sa Philippine politics, right?
Mukhang yung formula niya kasi ginagamit niya yung nakagawian ng formula na you need to have, sabihin natin, access to the media, tapos meron kang presence sa kamalayan ng mga tao. Come election time, ikaw ay maaalala. But again, it will depend din kung paano magre-respond, magre-react yung nasa media industry. Kasi syempre, hindi rin naman papayag yung mga nasa DZMN na magpapakontrol, magpapasensor.
Yeah, of course.
Yun nga, saka alam ko rin na matagal na nasa media na rin ang interest ng mga Romualdez. So alam nila mag-balance eh. Pero yun nga, pwede rin itong magamit for sabihin natin proactive na engagement sa mga issues of the day. So nangyari po, promote yung pet bill siguro or yung mga agenda.
Maharlika in the house.
Yeah. So yun yung parang pwede nilang gawin.
Ikaw, Gian?
Yeah, sa akin kasi, regardless of the names involved, I still hope that the media will play its role in our society, no? So, siya yung talaga nagpa-promote ng freedom of expression and all. So, yun, yung take ko dyan, kahit sinong personalities pa dyan, basta kung ang media is vigilant in terms of asserting its role, medyo wala tayo magiging
Kasi independence pa rin siya, no?
At sabi ng ating mahal ng Pangulo, bawal ang fake news sa isang republika, of course. saludo kami kay Pangulo. Ikaw, okay, ganito. Okay,
Kaya mag-react ako doon.
Sige, go.
Kasi namabasa ko dun sa Twitter na maraming negative reactions na nung sinabi ni PBBM na we must fight fake news, we must ako being a vlogger din in that space. Nakita ko din naman lahat ng mga pages, lahat ng mga channels na producing ganitong news o producing about ng Italiano
Gold.
Or pero sa akin lang, ako in fairness sa ngayon, sa unang taon ni PBBM, mas hindi toxic. Diba?
Yes.
Ewan ko if we can still remember yung panahon ni PRRD, kung gaano grabe makipag-away yung mga DDS, awayin sa ganito, lahat na. Ngayon, wala masyadong nanggagaling na atake coming directly from Malacanang or directly from and so I think
you had the president literally was like a troll in chief at some point back in the day, right? Literally the president will go on a personal attack, right, against the colonies, etc. There are things the former president said that I cannot say it on our show, right? But he said it, right? Like he used certain words, anatomical terms, right? So sobrang iba ito si BBM because President BBM is really temperamentally chill guy, non-confrontational. And look at it, how many times in-attack siya during election time, including Lenny, calling stuff. He always kept his chill, yung parang siya yung pinaka-opposite ng thin-skinned, no? I mean, yung iba, konting attack mo lang, siya never. And I'm not saying to say he's a great president. I'm just saying. Well, hey, wag kang ganyan. Si Digong, wala pang 3 years, naka 40 travels rin siya. If not for the pandemic, feeling ko si Digong magkakaroon ng record. Like kung Magellan Jr., Dora the Explorer level yung isa. I'm just saying, you forgot, dahil sa pandemic, hindi nag-travel si Digong. Ako kasi na-track ko yan, di ba? As a journalist, I had to write on forum. It's like, wow, Digong is here. Digong is there. Digong is in Jordan. Digong is in the Gulf. Digong is there. So, in fairness kay, BBM, like, in fairness, it's not totally out of the curve. Siguro ang unfortunate kay PBBM was a lot of these travels were also happening when the inflation was high. There was a sense that the president had to be, and this is where I think mali talaga yung kanyang Grand Prix Singapore won, because that gave an ammunition to the opposition to say na good times lang yan. Because the other ones were all official trips to Europe, to World Economic Forum. Hindi naman, I mean, you could say maybe he's in Waldorf or something, but may ambag. Yung feeling ko yung Grand Prix sa Singapore talaga, dun siya medyo mali yung optics talaga diba? And the Sandro is there. I think it didn't help. I'm talking about the optics, no? Just to be fair.
Sa akin, ang punto ko lang din na dahil nga mas less toxic ngayon, we have more time to ayusin na yung mga naglalabas ng fake news.
Yeah.
Kasi before, busy tayo makipag-away lang, makipagbardagulan lang Doon nauubos yung oras. So at least ngayon, mas may oras tayo to weed out talaga. And I think responsibility yan, hindi lang nung mga vloggers sa opposition, pati kami na nandoon sa side ng pro-admin na i-point out din pag merong mga channel na...
Wait, ano sabi mo? Side ng pro-admin?
Pro-admin, yeah.
Sinong pro-admin?
Ako.
Okay. Sorry Wait lang, saan yung kontrata namin? Palitan pa na yung Wait lang. I-delete natin yan. Joke lang. Wow. See, this is what I like about my friend here. He's very transparent. Ako kasi may pagkaganyan, may octopus, ganyan. Siya, kami mga ganyan. Okay. It's like, basta iba yung kulay ko, ibang purple to.
Ako, it was clear naman, di ba? Supporting the president.
Sorry, I'm wrong.
Hindi, I don't identify as a Marcos loyalist, pero I support...
Hindi ka naman Maharlika.
Hindi ko kabisado yung bagong lipunan, pero I support the good projects of the administration.
The government.
Way more than Maharlika, Sasot, and those people, right?
Yun.
Yeah,
So, of course, pinipili naman. Meron ding mga ilan na I disagree with.
Yeah.
Pero yun yung punto. Kasi kung sa pro-admin manggagaling yung pag-ano ng mga fake news, ng mga mas makikinig yung mga supporters ng Pangulo, which is marami. Kaya nga siya nanalo, di ba? So, I think maganda may ganong dynamic Kayo, Prof?
Ako, ang maganda dun sa statement ng ating Pangulo, pwede natin siyang singilin So, siguro sa darating na SONA, we can perhaps ask him to make this as a priority, yung passage ng FOI. Kasi yung sa panahon ni President Pinoy
pa yan,
hindi niya nasikaso yun. Tapos sa panahon din ni President Digong, nagawa niya ng EO, pero hindi naipasa yung FOI. So siguro dito sa statement niya, so siguro yung mga opposition forces dyan, gamitin nyo ngayon yan sa tama. So singilin nyo si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na sana yung FOI gawing mong priority sa second zona mo.
Gian, tayo ay mga sons of the North, no? No, ikaw naintindi mo dun sa very conciliatory approach ni Pangulong BBM. And we're not saying this because we're biased to the president. I'm saying a smirk there and no, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, from the Digong days to now, it's like, let's be honest, even si Pinoy was a bit, diba? May mga times na si Pinoy medyo ganon-ganon din, diba? Remember there was discussion of the Yellow Army. Let's be honest, I remember those days. Now, there are times if you criticize the former president, God bless his soul, sometimes he wouldn't take kindly to it. I can say it from my own experience, right? You don't see that with President Marcos Jr. Is this something consistent with his character, personality, or you think it also is because of his political calculation that is the perfect way forward? Ito more relaxed, conciliatory, unity zeitgeist.
Actually, I think that we are very fortunate to have this kind of president who is pro-unity, no? So, gaya nga nung nasabi ni Mark kanina, so when he speaks, parang he speaks with composure, very relaxed. And I think that he is also a president who listens. Kaya kapag may sinabi siguro yung mga sectors ng society about FOI,
so
I think he will listen.
Even yung pushback sa Maharlika, di ba? Yung kukunin nyo sa funds ng GSIS, SSS, nakinig.
Yeah, I mean, the version 1, I don't know, 7.0 version na yung Maharlika ngayon, like the version 1 had him overseeing it. Now, sobrang layo na, no? Of course, it's never gonna satisfy the critics no matter what because it's a Marcos, they're gonna oppose it no matter what. But ako, siguro kung critical ka, pwede mo sabi, siguro kulang sa backbone to, kaya papalit pa. But actually, some people who know BBM have worked with him, or at least know people who have worked with him would say, if there's one thing interesting about BBM is that he knows that he's not the smartest guy on an issue, he's willing to listen to others. Unlike some other people na tingin nila sila lang tama, they have the final say, sila yung smartest.
Hindi nakikinig.
Yeah, so there's an openness to advice, even unsolicited advice, with this president more than any of the other contemporary presidents or leaders we have had. That's one thing I learned nung election time pa lang, no? Including for people who work with the liberals and all, we're saying, ang iba dito is that he can recognize if he's not the smartest man in the room and he's willing to listen to the others, unlike yung iba na know-it-all type. No? So I said, that's an interesting thing. Let's see if it's going to work. And so far, we can see a lot of openness, consultativeness. But I really agree with you, Mark. Na, kaya nga sinasabi ko, we'll discuss it in a separate episode. We're almost done with this episode. This is also time for the opposition to recuperate and breathe. Medyo, kasi, chilay mo din. Parang hindi ko, literally, kahit weekend, di ba, biglang, nandun sa Davao, magwawala naman siya. Like, if you're working in a journalism work, activism work, like, parating, there's always something being thrown at you. Grabe, di ba? And I'm sure our friends in the US with the Trump situation, they can say exactly the same. 24/7 reality show talaga yung kay Digong, di ba? In the full sense of the word. So, ngayon, ayun na, nagta-travel vlog na lang yung mga iba dyan, di ba? Nasa Fuji, Mount Fuji, yung isa nasa Hokkaido, yung isa... Pag-usapan natin yan, di ba? So it's giving people time to rest, di ba? So I think with all the craziness that happened over the past 6 years and all of these network wars, at least, thank God, no, there's some element of respite, no, that I think should be made the most out of because we're not sure how long this will last, right? So let me end on a more realistic note. On that note, thank you very much, to our Real Talk fans. Mga artists, kasi parang Russia today. Our Real Talk fans, thank you so much, guys, for this fantastic episode. Don't worry, we're gonna have more serious, even more Real Talk discussions soon. But I hope you enjoyed our network wars, Eat Bulaga, all of this marites.
Fake news.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Real Talk